Hello Pisces, Sun, Moon and Rising, and welcome to this week's reading with me. If you are new to my channel, please do subscribe. So let's get started for the general readings for Pisces, Sun, Moon and Rising. So let's see what is beginning this week. How is this week beginning for Pisces? It begins with the Scorpio energy, my dear Pisces. The first few days of the week sees you dealing with the Scorpio energy. Some of you will be dealing with a relative who is a Scorpio, someone who is a Scorpio. You might be dealing with this kind of an energy. Might be a bit difficult to deal with them at this point of time. For some of you, I would say for most of us, it is the beginning of the week is announcing some kind of end to us. This end can be sentimentally, it can be professionally, it can be something that is weighing on us regarding a particular situation. Okay, the beginning, this energy card is about the death. Okay, so it is the death of a relationship, most probably, that wasn't doing you any good. So for some of you it is the death of a relationship, or it can also mean that you are going through a painful experience in a particular relationship at the beginning of the week. Okay, and it is going to be a bit it weighs on you and it's like a challenge, but know that this challenge is coming in order to transform you. Okay, whatever the challenge is coming at the beginning of the week, my dear Piscean, just remember that it is coming in order to take us to a higher level, to take us to a more spiritual level wherein we feel much more in power of ourselves, much more in control of ourselves and our emotions. Okay, and this particular energy at the beginning of the week is going to bring a transformation in our life, some kind of a wonderful, I would say, beginning in our life is on the horizon. And this is why this kind of an end has to take place, be it professionally. Some of you might walk out of a job. Some of you might feel that, what am I doing? Is this the job for me? You're going to question it at the beginning of the week. You're going to get into your introspective mode, and you're really going to question yourself. Am I happy with it? Am I doing what I am supposed to do, or am I just dragging this just for the sake of it? And you're going to answer these questions, and when you answer these questions, you will feel that, hey, I am doing something that is not really my path. I am just doing something out of a kind of an obligation. So let me just stop this and let me start doing something that I really love. And when you will start on that path, you will be successful, because in this case, my dear Piscean, you're not thriving. Okay, whatever comes upon Pisceans as a kind of an obligation, they cannot do that. They will stay there for some time, but then they will fall sick, then they will keep crying, then they will get very sad. All these things happen with the Pisces. So this is going to happen with you at this point of time. It is a time when you have to answer these tough questions that life is going to send on you. For some of you, you might get the news that somebody has crossed the earthly realm to go on the heavenly path. For some of us, we will get this kind of a news. Well, for some of you, it can be who were in a bad relationship, already not going fine. So it is a rupture, it is a definitive rupture, or a divorce also for some of you. This is what I am seeing. All in all, the beginning of the week's energy has to be dealt by saying, whatever is happening for my best. You have to just say that inside of you. All right, my dear Pisceans, because it is the ending of something and the beginning of something new. It can also be, if you take it positively, it's the end of a cycle, a painful cycle. Most probably, maybe some of the Pisceans were not feeling very fine inside of them. So it ends that cycle and a new cycle begins for them. For some of you, you were not happy with the job, but now you're getting a call for a new job opportunity. Okay, so all in all, it's like that. And know that in the first few days, my dear Pisces, you can feel rather heavy inside of you. because you will also be absorbing the global energies. And as Pisceans tend to absorb a lot of things from their surroundings, and generally speaking from the world energies, they can absorb some things which are going to come, and these are not very these energies are not very light energies. They are pretty heavy energies, and this is what also you might feel. So just, as I said, keep meditating and take a distance from your emotions. All right. And keep yourself well hydrated, drink enough water, I would say, in the first few days, my dear Pisces. And then we go to the midweek. The midweek. And in the midweek, I am seeing, my dear Pisces, is that you are under the divine protection. Whatever has been happening, there is a divine protection that is coming upon you. You are suddenly going to get the very wise insights. You will just be sitting and you will just receive some kind of, solution from somewhere. Just, invisibly, you will receive some kind of message inside of you that will sort out a particular problem, or a particular situation that you have been pondering upon in the first few days of the week. So in the midweek, I am seeing some kind of positive changes are happening here, and big grand protection is upon you, my dear Pisceans. And I also see that for Pisceans, there will be a lot of good news happening around the midweek. Something very nice is going to be announced to you. Something nice is happening in the midweek. This is what I'm seeing. And you will have to use your wisdom. Whatever you have gone through now, it has created a higher, I would say, a higher spiritual energy inside of you. And that you will implement it in the midweek to get very positive results. This is what I'm seeing, and this is a wonderful energy, my dear Pisces. And then we go to the end of the week, and as you can see, the end of the week is a treasure, my dear Pisces. This is a treasure. If you had some problems regarding money matters, they are getting sorted out. At the end of the week, there will be something good that is happening on the money matters. Most probably that job that you left at the beginning of the week, now you're getting something which is paying you even better by the end of the week. This is what I am seeing. Then I am also seeing that some of the Pisceans might receive a check that was overdue, that is coming by the end of the week for them. Some of you are getting some kind of heritage is coming through your elders. Some property is sold, so you're getting a share of it also. Somehow I am seeing money wise things are looking up by the end of the week for Pisces. This is what I'm seeing. Then I'm also seeing that Pisceans are going to most probably learn some kind of a secret that was kept from them. For some of the Pisceans, some kind of secret is revealed to them that was kept from them since long, or they themselves are hiding something inside of them that they had never disclosed, and at this point they will want to disclose it, they would want to share it. All right. And I am seeing it's a very positive energy at the end of the week, my dear Pisces. Concerned with your sentimental life also, it is seeming quite good. Everything is getting better for you. Then regarding your profession also, I'm seeing there is a time to shine over here. People will regard you, people will see you as a treasure, that you will be shining, my dear Pisces. You are valued, you are valuable to people. This is what I'm seeing, my dear Pisces, at the end of the week. And I'm also seeing that spiritually also, you are now understanding the real treasure is your soul, your spirit. And this is what is the wonderful revelation that can come to you in your quiet time by the end of this week. At the end of the week, I would like to tell you that. And when I'm looking at all these energies, my dear Pisces, the word that comes to me is, how are we dealing with endings? The sentence that comes to me is about endings. How are we dealing with the endings? Endings are never easy, right? Never easy. Whatever ends is, it's not like in some movies, the end and everything is a happy end and things like that. Doesn't happen like that. And we keep on, it's very difficult to deal with an ending, with a particular ending, especially the ending of a relationship. It's very, very traumatic sometimes. Then watching the end of a person going into another realm, it's very, very difficult to deal with that. Even regarding a job, something which is dear to us, when it ends, it's very, very hurting. And how do we deal with it? The way Pisceans tend to deal, the way most of us, I would say, tend to deal with this energy of ending is by sobbing, by crying, by getting depressed. First of all, by rejecting. You don't want to accept that something has ended, because there is a resistance to it, because we are comfortable in that comfort zone. Whatever has ended, we don't want to let it go. We get attached to it. And that is why the endings are difficult, because of the attachments. And when we are attached, everything will be difficult. I mean, imagine if we were attached to our mother's womb, we would not be in this world today. I would wonder what would happen to our poor mother, right? If the seed was attached to the mother earth, she would never sprout. The seed would never sprout and become a plant and then a wonderful long big tree, right? So that attachment doesn't allow us to see the end in a different light. That attachment keeps us hoping that a little bit more, maybe if this would have continued a bit more. Even many a times we can be in a very toxic relationship, in a toxic professional environment, but we are not ready to let go, even if we have opportunities otherwise. And Pisceans always have hundreds of opportunities in all the sectors. This is what I have seen. But their problem is they get attached because they don't want to hurt. And they end up getting hurt themselves. And then this kind of ending cannot take place. Everything is loose ends have to be tied, but there are loose ends everywhere in Piscean lives. This is what happens. Goodbye is a very difficult word. It doesn't exist in the Piscean dictionary, I think. It becomes very difficult. They take too much of time, and by that time, a lot of damage is done to them. So things have to end, my dear Pisceans. If you're not happy for very, very long, and it is taking a toll upon your health, it is taking a toll upon your finances, it is taking a toll upon your overall being, your life, then tell me, is it really worth continuing? It has to end. Certain things have to end, my dear Pisceans. And that attachment, that is the biggest, I would say, enemy for Pisceans, the attachment. The moment you get attached to negative things, then even God cannot help us, because God helps those who help themselves. And when we get attached, what happens when we are attached? Now, for example, if a child gets attached, is holding a particular poisonous stuff in the hand, okay? And the mother, she can chop off this plant from his hand, or she can just destroy that thing that is in the child's hand, which is so toxic. But the mother cannot do it because the child is holding it. So the mother feels that I cannot do it because I might hurt my child. In the same way, the divine also feels the same way. That, my dear Piscean, you're holding on to something toxic. I want to liberate you from this. I can destroy that toxicity, that negativity that you're holding on to. But I can't do it because you're holding onto it. And if I try to destroy that, I might hurt you in that process. And many a times this is what happens. You get a bit hurt in that process because you need to be taken away from that negativity. The end has to take place, my dear Pisceans, of certain things. You have to let a particular person go because they are not good for you. Instead of all the time giving there and walking that path which is not yielding anything, you will have to take the step, that decision, because in the beginning of the week, this is the decision of cutting off from something which is not good for you. When a person leaves, also for us, it can become very difficult. But coming and going is not in our hands. And know that it continues, there are no deaths. Death is the word that we have invented on this earth, doesn't exist. Everything is a transition. Take it like that, transition. That soul will transform into somebody else, someone else, wear new clothes, come back and do what has to be done. Things go on like this, my dear Pisces. So how are we dealing with the ending? We need to deal with the ending as saying, okay, I surrender. I surrender whatever is not good for my evolution. I surrender what is toxic for my personal evolution. I surrender those people. I surrender those habits. I surrender all that negativity that is not allowing me to become my highest self. And when you surrender all this at the feet of the divine, at the feet of the universe, at the feet of Mother Nature, Mother Earth, you will see it is such a liberating experience. You have to let go certain things, my dear ones. Imagine if a soul gets stuck on this earth because you are so sad, so sad. You don't allow that soul to go. That soul has already gone, wants to leave. But because the soul is seeing you crying, cannot leave. You have to bless that soul, pray for that soul. Because it takes time for that soul to go. Stays with us for some time, but it takes some time for that soul to go. So liberate that soul which wants to go, of that loved one. Because it has to come back again. The soul has to come back again. And if you don't, then what happens? They will stay on this earth and it will be really, really bad for them because they are meant to go to the light. So if you are suffering the loss of a loved one, let me tell you, my dear Pisceans, it was their time. They had to go. And they have to come back also. So let go. If it is your job, if you feel you have lost your job, oh, I wanted to be on this job, but you have lost this job. No matter because of what reason you have lost that job, but you have lost that job and now you are left jobless for some time. At that time, know that don't keep on, thinking about that ending like a kind of a big loss. Just say, okay, fine. Now is my opportunity to take a step in a different direction. Now, what do I want? I mean, come on, how many people get this chance to really, make a change in their life? Some people spend their 35 years in a particular job. Even if they don't like it, they have to do it. And I understand that completely. But then we have to let go. Imagine you have lost a job, means now you're having an opportunity to revise your life, to relook your life, to relook your professional life in a different way, and to start anew. And you are a bundle of talents. You're a treasure of talents here. What are you doing with those? So take those endings positively. Every ending is an opportunity for a new beginning. Just know that, my dear Pisceans. And the moment you release, you surrender, you will see. The power of surrender is wonderful. It really unlocks lots and lots of beautiful opportunities in your life. Just try that and you will see. And keep working towards, inside of you, just keep working towards your dream goals, to that dream relationship that you want, or that existing relationship that you can make it really good. If there are small differences, you can always work it out. Of course, big differences and endings have to take place when nothing is possible. Both are stagnating. You can't do that. All right, my dear Pisces. So take the endings, whatever comes, positively, because every ending is a new beginning and it is coming purposely to shape your life, to transform your life into something very beautiful. And when you go ahead and you will look back, you will say, wow, if it had not taken place, I would just be there stagnating and not growing. Yes, my dear Pisces. So thank you for listening. Please do like, share, and comment, and I shall see you next time. Until then, take good care of yourself. Bye bye. God bless.